Go. Thank you.
Right now, we want to bring in Dr. Alexis Reynolds, a clinical psychologist who works with the First Responder Wellness Center. It aims to provide mental health services for first responders. Dr. Reynolds, thanks so much for being with us on a very difficult day.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, Dana, Ryan. I really am honored to be here today.
So our officers obviously wear protective gear, but clearly they are not bulletproof, as sadly we've come to see in this situation. But when it comes to their emotions, they're expected to be Teflon and kind of block out all of these very real, horrific things that happen to them as they lay their lives on the line each and every day. And then you talk about the family members, as Mugo just outlined. They understand the career they chose in law enforcement, but still, when something like this happens, what kind of a toll does it take emotionally?
Well, I think you said it so well. I think there's a tendency, when there's that expectation to almost be robotic, officers can then internalize that. So I think right now, emotionally, there's a series of emotions that are happening, whether it's numbness, because there is that expectation that, especially in this moment right now during preparing for the processional, of just, really kind of being detached, as we've mentioned throughout this hour, of just feeling that we've come here so many times for these types of deaths. And so it may be confusion, shock, disbelief, but also just this numbness of feeling confused with an array of emotion. Unfortunately, we've come here way too many times within even, this year, this month. And so a lot of officers are really just, trying to process their emotions, or maybe anger as well. There's just been a series of deaths that were unnecessary.
You're talking about, and you touched on the fact there have been so many of these deaths. Of course, one death of any first responder or officer is one too many. But what, in your opinion, is the most important thing to do, or what should the Chicago Police Department be doing right now for other police officers, for her colleagues? What sort of outreach in terms of their mental health?
Well, I'll start by saying, just even the video footage we're seeing today, I mean, this is so important to just see that camaraderie, and this is a shared grief. And so for people coming together and really, and sharing this grief together, talking about how they're feeling, supporting each other, is so important in a time like this, in a moment like this. In terms of just the department, it's really making sure that there's that access to resources is readily available. Even outsourcing if they need to, because this can lead to burnout for a lot of different therapists who are, associated with the department. So making sure that those resources are readily available and making them known to each officer. And then even after an incident like this, making sure those officers, not just those that are close to her, but this impacts everybody. So just making sure those services are known.
And speaking of those services, what type of services or resources does the First Responder Wellness Center offer to Chicago police officers, first responders, firefighters? We just recently broadcast 2 funerals for 2 firefighters who lost their lives at the line of duty on consecutive days.
Well, and with First Responders Wellness Center, we offer individual therapy. We have group therapy here. We have critical incidents. We work with various departments in terms of just any field that any officer is impacted by an incident. And I think there's this misconception that a critical incident has to be an officer-involved shooting or a death in the line of duty. It's anything that can impact our emotional health, our physical health, our well-being. And so making sure that we kind of understand that a critical incident or something that occurs that would lead to seeking out mental health services doesn't have to be what's considered loss of life. And so we offer that service, as well as just consultation and reaching out to departments if they feel that they need additional help, and making sure that mental health services are readily available to their officers, to their firefighters.
And part of that, of course, is continuing to work towards destigmatizing the whole idea or notion that seeking those services
or therapy or anything like that.
Exactly, right. Means you're weak. It's quite the opposite. So we thank you so much, Dr. Alexis Reynolds, for joining us on this very, difficult morning, but thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.